привет! Вышел ролик по разработчиков. И мы будем пить вкусняшки, чай, печенье и зубите, и все идите смотреть на новый ролик. Всем вам приятного просмотра. Какие темы будешь говорить, разработчики?
I just hit the microphone. I'll start over. Hi, microphone.
Пещер скал.
When players explore this update, it's easy to get the impression, looking at, for example, YouTube's and other content online, it's easy to get the impression that everything is just massively big. And we have added massively big mountains and caves, but actually what we've tried to achieve is a balance, and we've tried to achieve a lot of variation. So as a player, what you will experience is that. You'll experience variation. You'll find tiny, cramped, claustrophobic caves. You'll find massive mountain ranges. You'll find huge flat areas. Basically, no matter how many worlds you create or how far you explore, you'll be surprised. And I know that because even though I've been working on this for a year, and with my team, we get surprised every day when we're just exploring the So here's a pro tip. If you don't like what you see, if you want mountains and it's too flat, or vice versa, just move on until you find what you like, because you will find something that you like, I'm almost sure.
When I do the playtest in Minecraft, and I just remember what it felt like before when I was exploring a lot of cave systems in Vietnam, and it's like you sat on a boat and then you paddle inside like a tiny entrance. You have to almost lean backwards like this, and then you get in and it's like massive like this, and it's like, wow, this is amazing. This is real stuff, so realistic that we managed to bring these things into the game.
When you open your existing world in Minecraft 1.18, at first you won't see anything different. You'll see your existing world, but once you start traveling and exploring, you'll start seeing dramatic new terrain in the unexplored areas, mainly mountains and caves and new terrain generation. But if you go down below your existing areas, then you'll find that the bedrock has been replaced by deep slate. And if you dig down below that, you'll find new amazing caves, hopefully.
Without blending, you will look really out of place. If your explored area is really flat and then you generate chunks or a mountain, then it will create a really hard cut edge between them. But with blending, it will smooth out the terrain, so it looks like it fits more together. Hopefully, you will not notice it. It's supposed to blend your old world with the new one, so it fits more. So it fits together.
One bug we have while working on the blending is that if you have a flat ground on the old terrain and a mountain on the new terrain, we would try to blend them together to sort of hide the seam. But if you have a village on that edge or any structure, the blending will actually pull the house up and create this spray can sort of formation with the structure, which didn't look really well. So we try to sort of keep the houses together, and sometimes that means that the house would sort of be carved into a mountain. That's okay. The players are really good at finding their own stories to why these things happen. Maybe this villager is a bit less social, maybe he doesn't like sun, right? Like, I think it's okay as long as it's together, as long as you can find some explanation to it. I mean, that villager has some weird life choices, but hey, we respect all life choices here, so it's okay.
Have some bedrock specific challenge, which in this case is to keep back compact, because in bedrock we made a lot of promises to our content creator to make sure that worlds stay the same way that we promised that they were, even when we introduced the new world generation. And another thing is that in Bedrock, we release in multiple different platforms. So then we had to make sure that our performance stay at a really good level so that the game is still playable and enjoyable in these limited capacity devices.
So some examples of things that break when we change the height of the world. Let's take mineshafts as an example. Mineshafts aren't designed to exist in massive caves, and now suddenly we have big massive caves. Mineshafts would basically be floating in the air, and it'll look ridiculous. So we added pillars and chains to make it look a little more realistic. Other examples are feature placement, like how many ores are we placing Well, most of that is kind of relative to how high the world is. Now that the world is even higher, it's all the proportions change. So to make it all match up was really hard. We had things like desert temples that were always buried because they were coded to always exist at a certain height level. But now when the terrain is higher, the desert temples were never visible. So these are just some examples. Multiply that by like 1,000. Right? It's been a lot.
I have a lot of friends and family who play Minecraft, so I'm so excited to show them what the heck we've been doing for the past year and a half.
Но они все говорили по этому теме обновление пещер и скал. Но мне не понравилось, что я слушал беседу, там тоже могу версии кидать. И всякие новости могу скидывать. Всякие лайки. Все удачи и буду ждать в беседе. Ссылку скоро скину вам. Всем удачи, всем пока, подписчики.